Welcome back. I just thought I would show you the original 124 scale portal rig. This was the Panda Hobby Tetra 24, and when it came out, this was the original. It had a lot of nice stuff on it. It had magnetic mounts that were actually electrified, so when you connected the body, it automatically connected the lighting system. And it also had decent oil shocks from the factory. They were okay. One of the problems with it is it had so many build issues that it literally took me almost 5 days of work on it just to get it how it should have been from the factory. And another problem is the original motor was weak. It has a very high center of gravity with all this business being up top. The battery actually sits about as high as you can put it in the truck. It's also very heavy. This was the original. I bought it the day it came out, and I was super excited about it. And the reality of it was not as great as the hoping for it. It did have 1.3 wheels on it, which was kind of cool. And I just had such high hopes for it. It was going to be pretty great. Also, you could use a lot of SCX24 upgrades on it, like that diff cover I put on it. So this one did get modified, and it took away some of the top heaviness. For a while, I actually had it modified out, and it was a really capable rig, believe it or not. But I ended up putting it back to stock minus the wheel on the tail. That's where it kept the spare tire. I just took it off because I didn't like how it looked, and it made the tail heavy. And being an already top heavy rig, it didn't need extra weight up top. They had advertised certain things, and I don't feel like it was quite a necessarily accurate way of depicting it. But one thing that was cool, on the controller, it had a channel 3 that controlled the lighting system. So you could do that, and ironically, if you put it in reverse, the red tail lights come on. And it kind of had decent. This is the version 2 that came out after they pulled the version 1 due to quality control issues. So the version 2 was nicer. Apparently you can put an SCX24 transmission and motor in this, and it's a lot better. So there's part of me wants to go ahead and build this out and turn it into an actual capable rig. Another part of me is just, why bother, and don't worry about it. It's an old truck that is no longer in production. I did used to do some pre-production testing for Panda, and this was a pre-production model they gave me that came between the version 1 and the version 2. And this one had a lot of upgrades on it that were better. They took a lot of advice. I didn't like these rubber bands that hold the axles together. I hated that, actually. And they went ahead and used metal snap rings instead of rubber bands. They gave it a better motor, and it was a lot of things were better. It still had a lot of issues, but the main thing wrong with this truck that made it so it could not be saved is the FCX24 dropped about the same time as the version 2, and that put the nail in the coffin. I checked the website for Panda Hobbies, and it does look like their online store went out of business in I believe May 12th of 2024. So these are part of RC history at this point. Maybe not necessarily good RC history, but history nonetheless. It was a great concept, and had they done some things right in the first place, this could have really been a nice truck. I tried to give them good advice, and I did give them good advice, but I just think that by the time they had the design, it would have been too much money to fix all the engineering things that needed to be revised. So sadly, Panda Hobbies is no longer building anything for RC, apparently. But that is a look at the past. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you later.